The U.S. labor market recorded another impressive month of job growth in April, though. That's according to the Labor Department. We saw U.S. employers adding 428,000 new jobs. The unemployment rate remained unchanged at 3.6%. So joining us now for more is Daniel Zhao. He's a senior economist at Glassdoor. Welcome.
Hey.
So Daniel, unemployment remains steady, 3.6%. What does that tell you about the current state of the U.S. labor market? Has it relatively bounced back from the coronavirus pandemic?
Yeah, we have seen a staggering recovery from the coronavirus recession. We're on track to return to pre-pandemic levels of employment in just around 2.5 years by this summer. And really, I think that's a surprise. When we were in the midst of the recession, we saw unemployment rates around 15%. And there were a lot of concerns that we would be looking at a recovery more similar to what we saw after the Great Recession, the Great Financial Crisis, where it took over 6 years to return to that pre-pandemic or pre-recession level of employment. Now we're looking at about 2.5 years. So really a very impressive level of recovery that we've seen.
So while unemployment is relatively low, the demand for new workers is at its highest level in decades. There are more than 11.5 million job openings nationwide. So can you explain this for us? How does this work?
Well, part of it is just that we've seen employers come back with demand pretty quickly. Some of that is due to government relief, which was directed at both businesses and American households, which has helped keep households solvent and keep their spending high, and also keep businesses in business. That's not really something that we saw after the Great Recession, after the financial crisis, where there was more of an overstretch by businesses. This is really just kind of a natural disaster. And so by bridging businesses and households over that period, we've been able to keep a healthy economy thrumming even after the recession has passed.
So as you're well aware, wage growth is struggling to keep up, though, with the cost of inflation, the rising cost of inflation. The Fed's latest interest rate hike is expected to have an impact on the job market moving forward. What kind of impact are you looking at over the course of the next year or so?
What we have seen is that wage growth is plateauing. It doesn't really seem like it's accelerating further. And of course, that's a concern for workers who are feeling the bite of inflation in their paychecks. That's something we've seen on Glassdoor, where discussions of inflation have shot through the roof. And it's really a concern moving forward. However, I don't really expect wage growth to accelerate more through the end of the year. So I think this is going to continue to be a challenge for workers, and it's going to continue to be a sore point in the discussions between employees and employers on how much wage growth they actually deserve.
So there's new reporting, too, from Glassdoor that suggests that U.S. employees have higher expectations for what they should be making in a post-pandemic era. I don't know if maybe we're partly guilty for that because, one of the stories that we've been covering is that wages are going up.
Yep.
How is that impacting the average American's decision to return to work? The fact that their expectations may not actually meet what's out there.
Well, certainly we are actually seeing many Americans looking for work and coming back to the labor force, looking for work, finding work. And I think that's this misnomer about the labor shortage. By and large, Americans are looking for work. Really, the challenge that employers are facing is that demand is so high that they have to compete for workers at levels that they really haven't experienced in the past. So it's not a shortage of labor, it's just that now there's more competition, which inevitably means that workers have more leverage. They have more negotiating power to ask for what they want, whether that's higher wages, better benefits, or other perks as well, like flexible working arrangements, remote work options. Certainly, this is a good time for Americans who are looking for work or asking for a raise.
Daniel Zhao, thank you very much.